January of 2015, where did you live?
January 2015, unodula ko kae?
Ne ke dula ko Tsakane ko gae.
I was residing in Tsakane at my parental home. Tinga ngihlala eTsakane ngo January 2015 khona laphana ekhaya kithi.
And at that stage, where did you work?
Kana ko no sebetsa ko kae?
The place, you don't need to identify the place. The exact name of the company, just the place. Where did you work?
Fela mono ka matsobeng area ono sebetsa ko yona iseng company akana.
Goat meat.
I was working in wood meat. Should ngisebenza wood meat ngaleso sikhathi.
And how did you get to your workplace at that stage?
Oh no, tsamaya jwang go ya ko mmereko?
Ne ke berekisa train le taxi.
I would commute on a train or a taxi. But ngihamba nge-taxi or nge-train.
Do you know any of the accused before this court?
Nkabe balatufadi wa makhoti or ba accused ba le makhoti o tsena mo itseng?
Ke tseba oyi-one.
I only know one of them. Tingazi omnye wabo nabamangalela bala enkantolo.
Which one?
Ke mofeng?
O apering jersey, is it green?
Wa go ikae go tloga kamo? The one who's wearing a jersey. I'm
Wa
not sure.
mathomo. Wa mathomo o tloga kamo.
Amathomo. By
Oh,
five.
leave up.
Sorry,
Okay.
may I request the witness to point the person?
Oh,
Not the
that's
jersey.
okay. Super motho ska super jersey, ne?
Okay, counting from mobile.
Ke one.
Or number 3.
Oh, that is accused number 3.
What is his name?
We tell bitso la hae.
Mtobis.
He is Mtobisi. Uthi igama lakhe uMtobisi.
Yes, Mtobisi who?
Ke Mtobisi mang? Surname ya hae?
Sure.
If you don't remember, it's fine.
Ha o sa hopole go lokile.
When did you meet accused number 3?
O ile wa tlhakana le accused number 3?
Ka first week ya January 2015. I think it was the 3rd. It was on a Saturday.
The 3rd.
Yes.
I met with the accused person first week of January. I should think it was the 3rd of January, and it was on a Saturday. Uthi ke ngahlangana naye ke ngeviki lokuqala lango January, kanti ngiyacabanga ke bekunge-3 zika January ngomgqibelo.
Can you explain to the court in your own words the circumstances under which you met him?
O ka tlhalosetsa go tla gore na o ile a kopana le ena ka tlasa maemo jwa?
Be ke dutse le mokgotsi wa ka ko Rarabo ko Tsakane.
I was sitting together with my my friend at her parental house in Tsakane. Uthi ngihlale nomngani wami khona lapha eTsakane kubo.
Then go tshela koloi e nngwe e green ye khale ba drive.
Ya tswela ko kae?
Be ba feta ka tsela on the main road.
Then there is a green vehicle that drove past at the main road. This is the vehicle that they were driving. Shuthi kwase kundlula ke leyo moto eyaluhlaza nje ngombala kanti ke imoto ababeyishayela.
If you say the vehicle that they were driving in, who are you referring to?
Haore ke kole bane by driver o bua ka bomang ka mang?
Ka Mtobisi le bagotsi ba gagwe.
I'm referring to Mtobisi together with his friends. Tike mangethi babeshayela leyo moto ngikhuluma ngaye uMtobisi nabangani bakhe.
Yes. Just for record purposes, if you can just refer to him as accused number 3.
Yano go bua ka ena o re ke accused 3 ne?
Okay.
Understood.
Yes, you may proceed.
O ka ne wa tswela pele.
Then by Yema Barbucha for direction.
They then stopped and asked us or inquired from us about the direction uthi base bayama khona lapha ngoba bamisa ke imoto base bayabuza ke direction.
Then ba re botsisa ka sekolo se be se le around sa mo Tsakane mo extension 15 sekolo se ba reng ke re Shogofaditjwe.
And they inquired about a school in that vicinity, right there in Tsakane Extension 15, and the name of the school was Shogofaditjwe.
Yes.
Bese ke babuza ngaleso skolo esikhona khona lapho eTsakane Extension 15 Shogofaditjwe.
Yes.
Okay, then ba feletsa re dutse le bona ra hang around le bona.
We ended up hanging around with them. In other words, we were together with them in the same company. Ganti ke sagcina sesihleli nabo ke abanye besonke ke sinabo khona lapha.
Hey Batu, now this is the part that I now don't understand. Here comes strangers driving a green car, and here is a woman sitting with her friends in a friend's home, and then this car pulls over and they ask for directions, and before you know it, they are hanging with one another in each other's company. Wow, that was very quick. Now this explains a lot of things. You see, of course, I'm not a personal standard for anything, but it's shocking to me that you could have a scenario where a boy meets girl today, and under these circumstances, and they're already hanging with one another, right? It normally takes much, much longer. Now, I'm already keen to know the level of education of this individual. I'm looking forward to Mshololo's cross-examination, because they now find themselves in the company of these guys. They know nothing about these people. Absolutely nothing. And this explains our rape crisis and murder rate, where women are found having been dumped in fields, being banned beyond recognition, and so on and so forth. Of course, those are evil acts which are completely not acceptable from any civilized society. But all I'm simply saying is that the action, the easy access to women's confidence, or confidante as it were, is problematic if this is how easy it is. Let's proceed.
Yes.
Okay, then re fetsa ke re tsamaya ba robesha nama.
Thereafter, we then left. They said that we were going to buy some meat.
Yes.
Basheke bayakusho lokho ukuthi ke masambe ke siyokosa inyama sasuka ke thina.
Yes. So what happened between you and accused number 3?
Right, luena le accused number 3.
Accused number 3 then ke ga bontsha interest mo go nna. And like I'm fair.
Then accused number 3 showed some interest on me. He proposed for a relationship. Mangalela ke wesithathu wase ebonisa ke ukungithanda kulapho ke wangishela ngamanye amazwi.
Yes, you may proceed.
But even before that, the fact that you were already in their company demonstrated how easy access basically. And so if they were taking advantage of you, they would go ahead with it. I mean, why not? Which woman do you meet now and all of a sudden in the next few minutes she's in your company and she's going out with you to go and buy some meat? Where does this happen? Does this happen in reality? My goodness, look, guys, as you know, I'm a married man, I'm a father. I've been married for some time. Maybe things have since changed since I met my wife. But nevertheless, as I said, I'm not a standard to anything, but it makes me wonder, it really makes me wonder about a lot of things.
Then here is no fetsa go besha nama. Ra tsamaya le bona go Joburg.
Now, after we had brought the meat, we went together with them to Joburg, emva kokuthi ke sosinyama sasesihamba nabo ke ukuya eJoburg.
That easy. When you travel with them, where do you think you are going? How do you know these people are not serial murderers or serial killers? Wow.
Yes. In other words, did a love relationship start between you and accused number 3?
Ka mantswe a mang la qala la ratana wena le accused number 3.
Yes.
Yes. Thiyabo sase siyaqala ukuthandana mina nommangalelwa wesithathu.
No, that's unreal. That's completely unreal. It sounds extremely fictitious. If she was not the one bearing testimony, I would obviously object to it. But hey, she's under oath in court.
Yes, what happened further?
Ba etsagalang?
Then
Ba ya ko pele.
re fihla ko Joburg ra ya ko phapong e nngwe.
Yes.
But ke go lebitso la yone.
When we got to Joburg, we went to a particular pub. I cannot recall its name.
Yes, it's fine. What happened during the course of your relationship? Did you perhaps look for accommodation together?
Go ile ga etsagalang ha ntse le ratana jwalo e ka be go na le nako mo ile la le batla tulo ya lona le leifu.
Now tse ke tlhakana le ena be ntse ke nyaka pleke around ka mo Joburg go ba gaufi le mosebetsi.
At the time that I met with him, I was on the lookout for an accommodation in Joburg so that I can be closer to my place of work. Othi ngenkathi ngihlangana naye ke ngangiloko vele ngifuna indawo yokuhlala ukuze ngikwazi ukuthi ngibe seduze nasemsebenzini.
That makes place for a person who works in Woodmead.
Yes.
Then it's best re nyake pleke lone re tla dula ka re move in ka obedi ga rena.
He then suggested that we better than look for a common place in which we are going to cohabit.
You want to tell me that in South Africa, my country, your country, it has become this easy ukushela owesimame and find yourself cohabiting with them? Something is wrong here. Now, of course, those of you who watch this trial, you would know that they met on the 3rd of January. By the 26th of January, they were already moving together in the same house. By the 9th of February, this guy was arrested, and the police arrested him, identified a firearm on top of inside the room where they were staying, on top of the wardrobe. He initially denied knowledge of the firearm. The woman clearly said she knows nothing about the firearm. When the police threatened to arrest both of them, then he said no, they should leave the woman, she knows nothing about this. Thereby he accepted knowledge of the firearm, and then he was taken by the police. At that time he had dreadlocks and he had a hand that was injured, which is more like a residual injury. It is not something that happened since they met, meaning the injury happened before the 3rd of January, as far as I can determine from the testimony. Now, that being the case, the guy was arrested, sent to jail. The woman stayed in that house up until the December, end of that year, paying for herself. But prior to his arrest, they were cohabiting from the 26th of January 2015 until the 9th of February when he was arrested. He was arrested when this woman called him on her way from work to say, meet me at the taxi station or bus station. I've got some luggage here that I would like you to help me with. And he came through, and then he obviously only lifted one item because his other hand was injured. And then on their way home, because they were staying 2 streets away from the taxi station or stop, not station but stop, then on their way there, suddenly a red police car came through and its occupants were 3 police officials, 2 men and 1 woman. And so that's how he was arrested. But for me, what is shocking beyond measure is how easy it was for him to stay with her. I mean, what would have stopped him from killing her, for that matter, if she had, for example, identified this firearm and had knowledge about it, or maybe about his activities? Why is it so... I'm trying to wrap my mind around why is it so easy ukushela intombazana eGoli, or is it perhaps this happening in the whole country, South Africa? It's not supposed to be that easy. Why? Because in any relationship, a woman stands more to lose. It is the woman that gets pregnant, right? And pregnancy is a 9-month scenario, which brings a seed, which becomes a responsibility and an obligation. And yeah, sure, you may love the offspring, but they are quite expensive to maintain. And by the way, I'm pro-children, make no mistake about it. But I'm trying to simply say that when you meet a person who is not going to carry the baby in their body, who is not going to be detrimented in any way, I think you need to get to know the person. I think you need to take some time to understand if this is a person you need to invest yourself into. Hence, I said I'm looking forward to Mshololo's cross-examination of this witness, because this witness, to me, sounds as though she's either uneducated, doesn't understand the purpose of relationships. If she is educated, she really has undersold herself as a very cheap individual. She doesn't say what happened on that day that they met, but I'll leave for you to guess as to what happened, because they met on the same day. They were busy eating meat, brine flakes with them. Same day, they drove with them to Johannesburg. They went to a pub. Your guess is as good as mine. Have our women in this country become that cheap? My goodness. Or is this just a poor specimen for womanhood? This is terrible. Of course, I don't promote the behavior from the men, but it takes 2 to tango. I believe strongly that women are the one who maintains dignity in any relationship. And I believe that when you have struggled to propose to a woman, you actually literally value her. This is just my sentiment. You do not value anything that you perceive to be cheap. But nevertheless, the witness is somehow placing this gentleman within the confines of what has been described in the testimony of other witnesses, that 1, he is light complexioned, as the landlord has identified him. 2, he had dreadlocks. 3, he had a gun that has been identified. And if indeed the gun is the one that was used to shoot Senzo, then he has a lot to answer for. He has a serious trouble to answer to. But as of now, it is not yet clear in the evidence. The state still has a burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt that indeed this witness was in the house. Because just to have a gun, if it's not related to the scene, all of that evidence must still be led to prove to the court that indeed this witness may have partook or played a role in Senzo's demise. Nevertheless, as of now, it's not yet clear. But for me, it is quite shocking how easy it was to entice this woman to go along with this behavior. Nevertheless, guys, I'm not necessarily seeking to make a mountain out of that, but it's obviously, I'm a father of 4 girls. It's obviously concerning. I'm obviously depositing different values from what I'm hearing here onto them. But let's leave this video at that, because there isn't much that has come out of this. I'm trying to understand Advocate Baloyi's strategy. And I'm looking forward to Mshololo's cross-examination of this witness to see if indeed there is anything that can be gleaned out of the witness. Because you see, for now it may look as though she makes a lot of sense until under cross-examinations, and once she buckled, then obviously the doubt would have been established. Okay guys, that's it. You tell me what you think. I was just surprised about how easy it became for this individual to be enticed. It shouldn't be this easy for women to be enticed by men, not at all, because it establishes, or rather explains, why we have such a high rate of murder, of GBV, because you have not assessed the person. You understand? You can't just bring any criminal or any individual into your life. No, your life is your real asset. If it is messed up with, you are gone. You're finished. Nevertheless, you tell me what you think. Do you think I'm too critical? You tell me what you think. So for now, concerning the trial itself, I think she's a good witness for the state because her evidence corroborates that of the previous witness, which is the landlord. But we'll have to wait and see how the state is going to shape that together in terms of its argument to demonstrate and link the person to the scene of the crime and the weapon to the crime scene and the bullet that obviously killed Senzo. If they can do that, then hey, we would have found our murderer. He would simply have to tell us with whom was he. Remember, the guy that had a gun in the scene had dreadlocks, and this guy had dreadlocks, and a gun was found on him. Can you see that? So this, to me, this line of questioning and examining makes a lot of sense. Okay, guys, that's it for now.